One of the main things I have recently developed is waking up at the same hour every single day. And yes, that does mean even on weekends. I mean, okay, maybe on weekends I sleep in like half an hour longer, but my natural body clock has developed itself to wake up on its own every single morning at the same hour, which is good and bad. I mean, it's definitely nice to not need an alarm clock every morning, although I still use one because I'm way too paranoid that I'm just not gonna wake up. But I generally always wake up at the same time, if not earlier. It definitely helps to have a partner who does this with you, but it's not impossible to train yourself to do this. I assume most people will either need to wake up at the same time to get to work, but perhaps you want to have some time in the morning to yourself and not have to, I don't know, rush around. Try to find something that you really look forward to in your routine. The highlight of my morning, for example, is my productivity shot, which I always have after my breakfast, which I always have after doing my makeup, which I always do after taking a shower, which I always do after making my bed, which I always do after waking up. So do you see what I mean? Every step comes after the other, which may seem super obvious, but my point is that to get to the highlight of my morning, I need to go through each step to receive the reward that will feel worth it because all the previous steps are complete. I'm someone who really cannot handle coffee on an empty stomach as it always makes me feel really sick for some reason. So I'll usually have my coffee around 11, 12 p.m., but I will need something in the morning to jumpstart my day and give me that energy and focus that I will be needing for sure. So I've really been enjoying taking these magic mind shots. Each shot has nootropics for focus. It also has matcha for energy and adaptogens for less stress, which we love, and multiple vitamins to boost your immunity. It's also the only thing I'll drink that actually contains mushrooms. Yes, you heard me right. These shots contain lion's mane mushroom, which is incredible to boost focus, but don't worry, it doesn't taste anything like mushrooms. Otherwise, you know, I wouldn't be drinking it. It actually looks like it would taste really bad, but I'm telling you, it actually tastes really damn good. Sorry, just went down the wrong hole slightly, but it's pretty damn good. What I also really love is how compact it is. So sometimes I even bring one to work with me so I can have it in the afternoon instead of a coffee so that, you know, I can avoid that nasty late afternoon caffeine crash. The best part is that Magic Mind have a 100-day, 100% guaranteed refund if you're unsatisfied, which really goes to show a company that truly believes in the product that they have built. I can assure you that these mini shots are such an incredible source of energy to eliminate procrastination and elevate your mental clarity because, hey, we all need that daily. So be sure to check out the description for a direct link. All in all, having a structured routine helps you stick to good habits, so you can do exactly the same for your nighttime routine in order to go to sleep at approximately the same time every single evening. Red light therapy is something Christian and I introduced into our lives very recently, actually. So at first I had literally no idea about it, but Christian was adamant on trying it out as he'd heard a lot about it and its incredible benefits. First of all, it's definitely not cheap. So after I did my own research, I agreed that we should just give it a go and get a panel, which we actually use most days now. So in case you've never heard of red light therapy, or perhaps you have, but you're not entirely sure what exactly it is, let me quickly brief you. So red light therapy is a treatment that utilizes low intensity red light to enhance skin appearance by reducing wrinkles, scars, redness, even acne. It is also claimed to address various other medical conditions, and it's believed to function by targeting the mitochondria. I hope I'm saying that right. In other words, it's like the power plant of your body's cells. So by providing more energy, cells can operate more effectively, facilitating tasks like skin repair, promoting new cell growth, and enhancing skin rejuvenation. You may have seen these LED face masks all over social media, and well, that's essentially red light therapy, but for your face only, whereas we are focusing on the entire body by using a panel instead. It is also known to improve energy levels, but what it's really incredible for is treating acne, improving scars like I mentioned earlier, reducing stretch marks, and even improving sun-damaged skin. I kid you not, guys, ever since I started using red light therapy, my skin has actually improved. Like, it's crazy. Even my friends have noticed and they'll ask me what I've been using. So yeah, it's wild because I'm actually like glowing. It is insane. At first I was a little skeptical about it, but after seeing results, I'm now kind of obsessed with it, and it's 100% elevated my confidence. My routine is usually doing it in the evenings or mornings when I have time, before my shower actually, because it can get a little bit hot, so I tend to do it before a shower so that I can rinse off my body afterwards in case I get a little sweaty. I do 10 minutes on my front side, and then I will usually turn around and do another 10 on my back. And I do try to do it every day, but it's sometimes hard to motivate myself to do it because it can be so boring to just stand there and do nothing for 20 minutes. It's actually scary how difficult that can be sometimes. But yeah, you've just gotta discipline yourself and maybe try to meditate while you're doing it if that's something that you're into. So it's a no-brainer that working out and moving our body is extremely important, but I do feel that in today's society, working out is all about looks and who has the biggest ass. And I mean, it doesn't have to be about that. Moving your body is so much more than that. And it can be done in a million different ways that you actually enjoy. And that's my first point. In order to sustainably stick to a workout routine and to be able to constantly move your body, you need to actually enjoy what you're doing. I used to be very obsessed with working out at the gym, and I've talked about this in my previous video, and I used to only focus on how my body looked externally. However, I actually suffered from a minor back injury like a couple of years ago, and to be honest, I'm still not 100% sure what actually happened, but I basically could barely move for around a week, I want to say, and I had to have a chiropractor crack my entire body. He also told me that I should focus more on sports like Pilates, as it's a great way to strengthen your core and also your spine, which I clearly needed. I mean, I never knew I had a weak spine, but there you go. You know, you learn something new every day. I definitely mix it up with gym sessions once a week, power yoga classes, and all sorts of Pilates classes too. Basically, my point is that just as much as we want our body to look a certain way, we should also never forget that moving our body should primarily be to ensure that we can avoid things like, I don't know, back problems, for example, and to make sure that we improve our muscle strength and boost our endurance levels. It is so much more about how we feel on the inside, and feeling good in return benefits you in every other area of your life. You're instantly more productive, your mind is clearer, your mental health is better, and you are genuinely actually happier. Exercise produces feel-good chemicals, which are called endorphins, as you probably know, and they give you a sense of euphoria. And these effects last a good amount of time, especially when you are consistently working out. It's like a fresh dose every day. And perhaps you've noticed that when you've had to stop working out for a certain amount of time for whatever reason, perhaps for health reasons, or even because maybe you're on holiday and you kind of get out of your routine and you just generally don't feel as good as you did when you were actively moving your body. Now, I can completely understand that life can sometimes get, very hectic and you get busy, so sticking to a strict schedule isn't always possible for everyone, but honestly, this isn't even necessary. As long as you are moving your body in some sort of way daily, it is enough. Let's say one day you have zero time, well, try to take a 30-minute walk while listening to a podcast, or maybe during a phone call, like an important call that you have, so that you're actively doing two things at a time. Nutrition is a major part of how you will feel throughout your week. So ensuring that you're giving your body what it needs is so crucial, but it can be so easy to actually just overlook it. There are days when I'm so busy that if I haven't pre-prepped my meals, I would probably forget to eat. Now, I know that meal prep isn't everyone's cup of tea, or perhaps you simply just don't have time, which is totally understandable, and I get it. But what you can at least do to save yourself from, last minute stress is to at least meal plan. This way you have a clear vision of what you will be making in the evening, and after a very long day, you can simply just prep with the ingredients you have pre-planned. I don't know about you, but one of the worst things ever is coming home after a crazy long and busy day, opening your fridge and just staring there, into the abyss, wondering what the hell you're going to eat. And at this point, I'm usually also very hangry, so it just makes things worse. But what has really helped me to make things easier is getting really good at making like 3 to 4 go-to meals and always having those ingredients at home. This way I can quickly whip up a healthy, delicious meal without much thought, and I can avoid spending money ordering in or just avoid getting annoyed because I don't know what to cook. This may sound logical, but it's actually fascinating how easy it is for us human beings to actively avoid doing certain things which could actually benefit us greatly in the future. Laziness really is the enemy. Listen, I have never been a good reader. I just haven't. I've always really had to force myself to enjoy books. Even back in school, I remember that whenever we had, some kind of assignment to read a book, I would end up reading a few pages and then just Googling the rest so that I know how to answer any questions that may be thrown at me in class. But right before hitting 30, I suddenly got really into reading, and I have now realized what the problem was. I realized that I was always told what to read, although it wasn't necessarily a topic I was actually interested in, or I had always tried to read what other people were reading or what I thought I should be reading, but I never stopped to actually think about what do I actually enjoy reading. And you know what? I found out that I am actually utterly obsessed with crime thrillers. I read them in like 2 days and I cannot put them down. Give me a self-help book and it'll take me like a month to read it. Not that I won't be interested in it, but nonfiction books just aren't as exciting to me, and that's totally okay. I really think that we are constantly made to feel like we need to self-improve, which is ironic because this is exactly what this video is currently doing. But my point is that sometimes it is okay to do things just because you enjoy them and not necessarily because, they'll turn you into a millionaire by the time you're 30. Reading has given me such a great escape in the best way possible. Shout out to Freida McFadden. I am on book number 8 by her and I absolutely cannot stop reading. I read every time I get an opportunity, like when I'm on the train, during a lunch break, and almost always before bed. I have switched up my routine so that instead of reaching for my phone, I reach for my book. Have I learned something useful from the books I read? Well, apart from, how to potentially hide a dead body successfully, I would say no, but my vocabulary has improved and my relationship with reading is actually stronger than ever. So I want to know, what are 5 simple habits that you do that you're proud of or that have just changed your life for the better? They don't need to be anything huge or extreme, but just something that you feel made you go, hey, you know what? This feels good. I wish I'd started doing it earlier. And also, if you're not subscribed, be sure to do so for weekly uploads that hopefully lift you up and make you feel at least 1% better than before you clicked on the video. Make sure to check out the description for a direct link to the magic mind shots, which I talked about, which, trust me, they're something you should really consider trying out. And anyway, remember that if you end up not actually liking them, then you could always get a refund. So why not give them a go? Anyway, with that being said, I will see you in the next video. And until then, take care.